you spend so much time in the studio and you say like you go back home and that's family time. How much time do you get just to vacate a little bit from working?
Well, that's really hard to say. A few years back, I actually started to note down these things so that I would know, or at least kind of foresee what could happen in the next few years. So I had this chart where I was saying, you know, this day I worked, this day I didn't, this day I did a half day, count the number of mixes that I would get and everything else. But then I dropped it. I stopped doing that because of computers, believe it or not. So when I did that, it was easier because I was working at my studio all on the board, so it was all analog. So it was really easy for me to identify what day I did what. So, you know, if you hired me for a song that I needed to mix, I would tell you, hey, you know, next Tuesday is your day. I will mix that day, and that's it. But when I switched to digital, there was no more need of identifying a specific date and a specific hour of starting and ending of the session, because I can, you know, on Pro Tools, I can always open it up and change it whenever, even if it's a little detail. So I ended up having these days, these sessions, which is the typical session nowadays, the typical in the box session.
Yeah.
Where, you know, in a day I would maybe work 80% of the time on a record, and then 20%, the remaining 20%, maybe I would do 5 other tweaks of other mixes. So it's really hard. So I've stopped noting down what I'm doing in what day. So it's really, I really don't know. Like there goes sometimes, you know, sometimes where I could be off for several days in a row, but then I have, you know, months where I have no day off, you know, no weekends, no nothing. So it's really hard to say. I don't know. And not to mention when I go back home to Italy, I mean, to do vacation, I still have 2 studios there. So, you know, this, you know, just like on the Pitbull video that I've shot last year.
Love that song.
Yeah, see, that's exactly an example of that. I was chilling on my mom's couch, and the producer, called me like, hey, I have a song with Pitbull that I want you to mix. Could you do it? I know you're on vacation and everything, but... And I was like, yeah, no, I don't... Of course, man.
Oh, man. Well, we've replayed that how many times?
Oh, yeah.
Thirsty. Like, just kick ass.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we use a clip of that video?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay. You're watching it now. Check this out.
Every mix I do pretty much starts the same way. I build a session on my portable rig. Here I'm importing the multi-track files sent from the producers for the music. This is Pitbull's vocals. This is the rough mix. And here I'm listening to it so that I can come up with a game plan for the mix. Here I'm splitting fake stereo files into mono signals. Now I'm working on the rest of the session, and I'm labeling everything so that I can move quicker when I'm mixing. Here I'm using strip silence to remove the silence from the clips. So here we are, the session is nice and ready to go. We have the guitar tracks and the strings, basically the music, the live bass, here's the drums, Pitbull's vocals, the verses, the choruses, the bridge, and various background vocals. It's time to get into the studio.